Sir, if you go to a failed state, or maya a failure, obiani ho your hero, and yenina a failure home. And over the years, and I think that is the kind of state you move us around a power from TV A to TV B. Better professor this choka, kwasi abrofo and as for okadinina my results and yet when they yenina fail. And the question is the way forward. No, dear Ben, I say, yeah, you bet me making sure say as a minor, you bet me I reclaim your old self. Now you be the shining star of Africa. You know, you torch bearer. You lead the way for other African countries to learn from us. That particular accolade in this kind of way, no, you're watching it, and you Ghana be or Maya Sebi. Identity cry in the there is no dignity and the whole governance architecture na be ade amam for the pesika. And you know, share crown number one thing. The dream is about being a politician or be politician or be pesika. The sense of nationalism, patriotism, wine, and phobia. So, we are dear good crown, and nobody even see it. So, idea among four year factor Moses is a good cause. Let us support it. Nora, me try to Facebook say, oh yeah, Akrana or any nationalism sympathizer. You should know, sir, you'll be nurturing that particular thing alone because nobody will care and nobody will come your way. And I don't know more, you never do a be a baby. Galamsey is a major challenge. I say, Obi Obakase Galamsey any challenge, and I've been able to free back because over the years, you know, me say a cancer. I eat deep into the fabrics of our society, a destroyer to the extent and the health implication, the consequences are so overwhelming and they can be and leading to the elections. Because the first time I hear about Ukrumha economy, I the leading conversation year 2024. It was Galamsey because of the ravaging and the devastating impact na air cost. So the expectation is that things will be done differently. Sabe bit me address it. There be a mekase. Oko Galamsey anya hia for the two Galamsey o nipa mu two Galamsey kroma aye ahemfo aye politicians and asofo mpanimfo and other business people ahemfo dey say wa ba ahemfo kan say wa ye nketekete do wo two Galamsey ni ya ahemfo MPs ministers former MPs former ministers MMDCs former and current and captain this is the reality and the matter of videos wa culture say we o man there is one thing you cannot afford to do be say we are weak and now say we show mercy. So whenever it will be your team sense any weakness around the state, you are done because man will always collect to the destructive best because naturally we are all greedy. So we will do what we do best to make money. So it is the duty of the state to make sure say Galamsey be a high risk venture that nobody will even contemplate say let me go into this venture because you know the fate that awaits you. Now, Yatiana China, and the former agric minister, has been sentenced to death. And what now say you agric minister of China. Ona na be fro akuase atufu se kwaku umia na yakokunu no enti obadwene hu mienu but bisasa kroma yet no punitive consequences by the war higher sanction obi human right no it's not about human right those sanctions are not there so there is enough motivation for people to do some of these things and there are people who feel that for instance not me no year professor from Pombatin report. Go and look at the names in it. High profile individuals. A been to parliament. And if these people have been left off the hook, nobody is prosecuting them. And obviously, this in don't do things that now. From Professor from Pombatin report, you know, ya fananka ya prosecuting the panel who say as soon as you go jail for 5 years, we go jail for 10 years, then you put seriousness in this whole thing. Sure. You understand? But because nobody is being punished, oh, I am normal. Me wabai we Miss Margins, oh, me tetakwa baby, Miss Masasi, MP for your pomo more from Miss Mekwa jail to because Miss Mabai na aba. What are seven American? So I think that the approach, you know, and because of anything is because we don't punish. And people think, say, oh, a free day, when I do it, I'll get away with it. And that is why I am calling, say, the punitive sanctions must be so overwhelming to the extent, say, I bet me scare people. For instance, there is no single land that Ghana hire any ownership. Opa sisi akohu asase we nguram baby. Na sha say we sit 3 days after, I'm for by catch us Milan. So it means every single land the Biomudi to Galamsey is owned by somebody. That's right. So Okona asase no ye the Galamsey a owner. So even if you trace and look for the owner. Exactly. So you punish the person and confiscate the land. The land automatically becomes a state land. You lose ownership. These are some of the radical measures that you need to employ just to ensure that enti all hena. Na sasa no or the more be some fanya illegal mining na. Ebe free nsa yaje be sia prosecutor aka ho. So I know the day no or the more be obadwene ho mienu. Amanfo kra be fa nwuram akọhe se obi na masase so then you shift responsibility to the chiefs and the owners of the land. You understand? And these are some of the measures I say na afei omo hide behind maban na aba. And a power from above, power from above, order from above, no those kind of nonsense, you know. I think there must be that a blunt statement out there. Say you don't go anywhere. It's we a police, you know, be banner says or the power from order from above. The first thing you do is you slap the person. Because near man na edi aye ye ho a le power is order from above among for the gumuro mudi sanse hunu no. There was a time na no na metese obi se na ye wo presidency forest our western region. Abronya na oka presidency forest o na ye gum na ye tu president so jani nko police ni nko ye tu gold the abraban. And these are nema egu ha we can prosecute these people and make sure say you scare people because me I have come to the realization say nipa desani ye very nyame body nyina de ni hu wom ye nipa. And then who so black people yeah dangerous thing nyina. Whenever you allow us trust me obakwana papa panyini na bed. I'm telling you. So always you need to create a very radical measures. Many people who say, "Me ya dey we ya." These are the sanctions. But one yes I never no create that free room now. Why them pesika? Say madwe say me galamsey de be manya sika na say me ye na sad no the day obi anya me hwe a. I don't know what do you have to do unya sika na for honkobo political party. And now media for start bribing them. On be can be amount. The issue will die. You understand? So be this whole talk no is good. Yes, in the spirit of that governance and dialogue is good to engage, listen to people, and you put them to good use in as a forum. And Rabi Hunaimos, they are doing operations in as a forum. Yes, government, we can't sit here and say a government and they have demonstrated willingness and commitment. Say indeed they will do certain things namos other way, some confiscation, but who land minister all over he's on the in the bush or also here the obey. But me say the year as a resource be free my bar. We need to rise to the occasion and begin to punish people. Captain Smart to galamsey. Kurana was so moko gumuram no. Ye chi omo ye ba be fawo. A prosecute too. I can't tell man for say Captain Smart no to galamsey. Oh, ya kwa jail 5 years.
To galamsey.
Enti me wone so to bia. Enti wone galamsey. Enti
to big that.
So we yes anema we ya captain. And na beti ya scare. Na you make sure say these are red lines and I said no go area.
Example now make it
yes.
I want to be here.
Exactly. So for instance, look at one to me. This is a gentleman on a forest and wafawo and I was chama mam for but so me so no the pen paper na mo so my percentage gold no me say these are clear evidence and Professor Frimpong what he made it quite clear in his report. You say report which challenge ye. So the question is say you see a fight galamsey a fight be a chance I will punish nipa. Why are those reports sitting there? Attorney General said, but to me is not the only person.
Oh, yes.
I know you're involved in galamsey. There are several people out there. Ebinum to the parliament and among for the galamsey sika to parliament. So there is enough motivation. You can buy everybody. You can buy judges. You can buy police. You can buy politicians. And we have made the system monetizing to the extent that we need sika as I also name for so. And people who get money, we worship them. It doesn't matter what they did to get that particular money. So I think President has shown commitment, so but me, I think you see, I rise to the occasion, become very radical because I wouldn't black people, they are one trauma when near there. So they will capitalize on weakness and some of these things, and they will click to their destructive best. So the best approach to fighting this galamsey is to start this nationwide prosecution. And again, the Attorney General Department may be overwhelmed. My question is, if we really want to get serious in this country, let us decentralize that particular office and get regional offices. Start staff it with people so that prosecution can start everywhere. You don't need to be one attorney general sitting in Accra. Our case is thousands, and that's the focus. So let us decentralize. So
original.
How effective are they? How effective are because every single document comes here. You understand? And it will take years and time to do so. So by 4 years, we didn't prosecute even 10 cases. Because you need to study the docket. The bottom line is prosecution. Just to send a loud message out there. And I think there is sometimes the hypocrisy and those kind of stuff enough. I saw for ya na sorry eto aye yi wure kwagina wuram say ye bomb paye to galamsey na wo mo dama ye fence captain by 4 to galamsey by 4 to galamsey to galamsey da nipa da sani ne to galamsey so empire aspect na dey free fan what I said at the time we were supposed to look people in the face and tell them to stop the nonsense, but we didn't. We were singing hallelujah in the bush. He said I don't ever stop it galamsey. Here we are. Was it not the same people and I know sound like what I Jubilee House said that I see can so what has then answer. So I think the best person to fight this is the president. The best approach for me, is to be radical, very ruthless in this approach because it's one thing away Obia support. So what will prosecute people on galamsey? You enjoy tacit approval of every single Ghanaian because when we look around, I've been at the hospital and I know how this thing is destroying people. Captain, me say go hospital now who about for more kidney diseases, liver diseases and that's for man. We best show pregnancy they no more can say you find metals and that's for and no crowd a side show. Me say go there and look at even breast cancer then that's for a man for one day. I'll go to Kolebu. Okwa surgical unit no two ura how na kokko ha de e ma omuguo a sabi obi e twa enough back just a scene here very nasty omo can see a say a video but one day when you go there what we won't mean did that. These are the realities, you understand? So I think that I don't admire that particular energy to go after people. Some of these fights, you need this in the OMPP. The approach must be very uniform, very radical. Now you go after who? And the way we are politicizing it, I'm not him for no mutu one from one deal. Minimum suffer more concession. For galamsey. And what are we talking about? So let us target these big people, the business people who are sponsoring people to aid and abet in some of these crimes. If we target them, and crano mugu muram na uhuamono, omono moya here or here nibao, the obedi or ni ena, omode yes, but amomo, ya galamsey, and yes, sikafo, or yes, sikade koto excavator the bakruma say. They will appear here for Maguno mo sense as no. And the end of the day, say ya kase ya bet. Rolling Stam, yes, I say chase a man from Bush. How many years in the 89 and as a for in there? Where are we going as a country? That's why I'm telling you, it's a brofo, because I brought for TV zone of Paninano over about 30 years in the nothing has changed and for Sobiama. So it means we have all failed. That is why I believe, sir, we need to adopt different measures. This is a government that is ready to listen to Ghanaians, to engage and take action. So the question is, let us take it to a different level. Now you're making sure, reports be available, must be prosecuted. Whoever has been mentioned, whoever has been cited, tracing who the real owner. They have owners who. The very people who own these things, are sitting in churches preaching Sundays to church members. Some are big men running businesses. Some are in parliament. The people who own this, Mr. Asofom Penim for one, I talk to galamsey. You know them, I know them. So why are we not going after this thing and playing ostrich as if say Nippon Mutu galamsey free China and Omobabe too, and even the Chinese who are coming. If I found a deal mobile. Yeah. Now, I was shocked. You so called Western region, everywhere be Chinatown.
The China City.
China City. China for to be back room, Kwashe forest medal. Now, oil, you're saying, or must stall your fancy fuel for over bad something thousand tankers. A more fuel station, you know, Homodia Galamsey. Now, it's China, you yet. We need to get serious, you understand? So, and I'm making sure that even in prosecuting some of these things, you don't even do it quietly because you see the whole essence of way a deterrence in the fight against way. Deterrence is key. So you need to make people see what is happening every step of the way. Some are Lucius in China, some in China say, "I go to galamsey, when you're there." What I say, but sometimes people come out with weird. We got to a time I say, "Yeah, China to galamsey and deport somebody called you Look at this madness. You understand? So, Captain, me. I'm sure say we shouldn't give up, because if you give up, we are not only failing ourselves, but we are failing the generation yet to come. Besides, land the we cannot sit here and prioritize individual greed over the collective welfare as people and the land as ubiquity to the generation yet to come. Let us be together in this particular fight and make sure, say, we go all out. Because my culture say galamsey should be seen as a criminal enterprise, and whoever that is seen should be designated as a criminal. And dealing with criminals, you have to be very ruthless. You don't have to go easy on them. But anyasa na se akasa 40 years to come, we will still be here, and the greedy people will get greedier, and those of us are almost sense so will get worse. The last time, water turbidity level as of January, NDC taking over. It's supposed normal level supposed to be 0 to 500. But January near now over best 6,000 to 12,000. And a Ghana water company catcher say, "Omo pump no kwani ntimi pumping so no." What I say, it tells you the kind of danger we are in as people. So when the call comes like this, it tells you how concerned every Ghanaian is. And I like say government are you ready to listen to people to engage. But me, my advice to President Mahama is say, he has to be very radical, very ruthless, and go all out. It doesn't matter who is in. Just be ruthless and go after everybody.
Ralph. Omumi numponi na o.
Asam na Ivan akaninia, but metonia no. My dia meeting Ivan. You see, Captain, any Ghana for 18 years, say.